Vice President ye magromia no mokpokwa jukwa pa ganyawa anyo la majijima. So the Chronicle newspaper.
Yeah, the Chronicle will Blumber. Who speaks for the poor? Better Ghana Management Services. Okay, so Better Ghana Management Services Limited disobeys court ruling, refuses to pay 464,905 Ghana cedis to 179 workers. So the Ola Alafada Kabla Andrevo Asheke so gal Better Ghana Better Ghana Management Services to
Okay.
Alabe wong Degbefiabe Waha now, which is 464,905 Ghana cedis. Waha Femana Dola Alafada Kabla Andrevo Asheke. Okay, but the Obayagba by Mafayago. Okay.
Anyway,
$150 million to address climate change and others in northern regions.
Okay.
$150 million. You are going to address what?
Do you know climate condition in the northern region?
I know.
You've been there.
Yeah. If I don't have to Patrick, no coach
because the heat is too much.
Fine.
Yes. So you see the sun bigger.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, achio la fama achi akpaganto awusan for firewood purposes. If you have your pomba achio sasamonyo, so bawa bogbatapama is going to take an amount of money to do that because odana gbelegbele tora fuma na cheja kwalo no shishima nyegba klala no odamira so hayo kata now ngiyo jaba miasro nyaba miama yoka achipra tola miagwa gbagbo miasro if government is going to spend $150 million to restore the climate condition in the northern region they will come at this same amount or more than this could be used and this money but climate affects life of living organisms so it's necessary but then
yeah, so if Nemia I convert I'm trying to see Gahomeyake.
Okay.
Ugbeglegede Doyangwa. Shall I?
It's a lot of money.
They are hitting about trillion.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, well, kudos to Kudus as Ghana edge out South Korea. Okay. So that's it for the Chronicle newspaper.
Daily Graphic, kudos to Kudus as Ghana upsets South Korea, Uruguay next. Yes, so Friday, Miamo Pomba Miadogo play Uruguay. Mia Boba Laki Unonoga. Graphic, Grader host biggest housing fair on Thursday. Growing the economy, focus on tax enforcement, agri-industry expects advice. Yes, I'm a gang of ya, Opa Susu Katavala Joga Hoji, but to Kaya Paganya on Anua. Miapa Susunano, Ajoga Hoji. Debate on 2023 budget begins today. Agbamiapa Sopama Yela, Waja debate Gomokuda, Miapa 2023 budget. Ken Uforia Tabu Tohanami Avai. So that's it for the Daily Graphic.
Yes, Makaiba topics out there up to Thursday. Today they will be talking about the finance, agriculture, and the entire economy. They'll be talking about sports, health, and some other things, and communications and stuff. So, well, the new Crusading Guidebook, Blomba Akufo-Addo congratulates Black Stars for defeating South Korea. Oforiatta Censure Report 1, what the ad hoc committee presented to plenary on conflict of interest. Okay, so report 1 Dogo, report Banto Dogo. So Ada Traditional Council endorses Akwe family as kingmakers of Wakbo, and away from that 2023 budget, take advantage of Youth Start Initiative, MP to Youth. Yes, Oja registration ogoma. The Youth Start project Oja registration ogoma. You never one, you never Ghana Koda Ajo Nanume. And then Achimansa District honors 2 philanthropists for promoting agric development. So that's it for the No Crusading Guide.
Right, so you start is important. Take this initiative, but then you should have a plan, and they will look at your business plan, the number of people you are thinking of employing, the future of the business and all of that before they give you the money. Manya gako nyo kokogano na batero su personal loan akomi fufu club bonako ano glito na marako. No. Ghanaian Times newspaper about support government to revive economy. Mahama urges Ghanaians. Finally. So former President Mahama adomda jumavio baba wonak bada jiruru no nemia agba jukoya.
Okay.
Yes. Then rejects portion of budget inimical to workers' welfare. Trade Union Congress. Wodom the self-oma yellow baba omega dashida 2023 budget apakpa ika chachi trade dollar opa vivisa sana opa dok plama ye yo hohora doma. Self-oma yellow maga dashida jo. Makarajiba the TUC is referring to budget apakpa ika punto. Public service, civil service dom. And then Omahini MP vow to prevent mining in area.
Okay.
Then that's it. Daily analyst.
Yeah, but Blomberg, don't depend on government for jobs. Wisconsin Chancellor to graduates.
They tell university graduates this every day. Anytime, na graduation ceremony, the chancellor always say, don't depend on government for
jobs.
But the question is, the universities, how are they equipping the graduates, to set up their own business? With the exception of the few yoke, maybe over maybe visual arts, the arts courses, painting, sculpture, they are already equipped. You never know painting. They are able to do that professionally. Business courses are they know a lot about money, how to turn things. The little money they get, they turn it around and it multiplies. But what about other courses, the ready market to create that enabling environment for the students to thrive well is not there. Because there are some courses when you study them, the enabling environment is doing better outside the country. There are a lot of businesses.
You have business ideas that you can just that.
They want to start somewhere.
I quite remembered, but an sister, Madam.
Yes.
Doris.
She started small.
Apology, phone and no tomatoes,
Destiny stores, the same thing. Apology she kono chachamfu.
And it boomed.
Gradually. If only you can see the future of that business. Sometimes atano shiaracha galashino koshiachame doano womb amara pogaba galashio madruagba na kuko garilo. But you have a dream. Amayoka, Nagblangada Vio, and the rest of your family members. What are you leaving behind for them? Something like that. So, in essence, it's not just about you per se. But it's not about you per se. But we still work hard every day. Maraba, why is Bill Gates still working? Why are millionaires still working? Big men who have lots of money. You can they will still feed themselves. Something like that. They are still. It's not about the earning that is coming. It's about creating that platform for other people to also work, earn something, and then make them feel good and look good.
Yeah, sure.
You feel good. You look good.
You feel good.
You look good.
You feel good.
Yeah, I feel good.
You look good?
You can see now.
So, anyway. Bank of Ghana increases policy rate to 27%, cost of borrowing to increase, and ADB announces Al Hassan Yakubu Tali as MD. So policy rate, it has increased because the public debt has also increased. As you got a public debt, I'm a good almost an ago. You see, on layman per understanding, let me just put it well. The collaborator Patrick Gamalashio, okay, and you want to do something. So you go to borrow money to do something, to do a project. And alo guy kala shiwa but then that project that you want to do is really needed. So you go to borrow money, and then you initiate that project for the development. Now, talking about the public debt being increased and all those things, and we are going out to borrow money to develop this country for ourselves. You see, just to develop this country for ourselves. And then in some parts of US, never in Tokra, the signpost electronic boards are
that is a total
telling you
the total amount of money borrowed by the state divided by the total population. So how much is each person owing?
Thank you. So they will tell you, but on top you are
as an individual.
Yes.
And you know how
you
can you know how much you can help repay that?
No.
By just starting a business.
Yes.
And paying tax.
And pay taxes. Yes. Yes.
No matter how small it is.
No matter how small it is.
So
yes, the tax net will be widened. And then
Amado own transport business, but they started with a tricycle. I know I'm over Agbaolom Lashimano. Today they own fleets of vehicles. Amodo koja no goma VVV. But then today they are making it. Not Jereka goma kwa. Evaliaiga Itolia. But when you sit down, you keep complaining.
Yeah.
They are there. Anyway, so let's do the last one. I think the daily dispatch.
Okay.
For time.
Okay.
Ghana's 3-2 win over South Korea. Use of gold is specifically for oil imports. Ghana will save the $3 billion it spends on oil imports. Baumia, yes, enya Ghana to come. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Wablamba Yosa Shika, a chopla Ami. Perano Mamiazana $3 billion. A chop dormi like betai. Now, na Dr. Ernest Addison, Ikanya Bank of Ghana. Do particular anon madamba so nyala dukoya shika kupo yo kataona moda de ba wakushika la dukoya ma apart from taxes yo hana shika yo kwa aja bona percentage ara duko the total quantity ko kwa aja bona percentage ara duko percentage ma yiko duko naga ye yo jiba yo kono shika ya plan me close suba reserve ya ikanya gbataka ikala yoshia yana nonyi Lanyanya no papachino kakali is the same thing. Whether we use the dollar to buy it or we use the gold to buy it is the same thing. The only difference is one is cash, physical cash, and the other one is liquid cash. You know what liquid cash? Something that can easily be converted to cash.
Yes, it's true.
So that's the liquid. So the liquidity of the gold. We can equally sell the gold for the dollars to replenish what we are taking out. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. We can equally sell the gold because it's going to be value for money. So it's going to be like butter.
Yeah, it's a butter.
Countries that have the oil may not have gold but need gold. So we take the oil and then we give them the gold. But the gold we are giving them is going to be quantified just as the oil they'll be giving us is also going to be qualified so that the value for the two goods that are being exchanged will be the same. Or a different amount of so much for profit reasons. It's going to be the same.
Yeah.
Now, who quantifies the quantity of oil that's coming vis-a-vis the gold we are using to pay?
Yeah.
So gold already has a price on the market per and the purity. So gold where you got a market affair and it's quoted in dollars. So just that one is physical cash and the other one is liquid cash. But the good thing is that dollar ike miapa bank lanyanya nupopo chinu emai dollar ike miapa do chiga. At least we can use that to finance other businesses, maybe get some raw materials for production, though oil is also one of the things that drive the economy, but then they want to keep it and maybe do some investment. I don't know. We'll go deeper into this later. We'll listen to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Yes, I have his voice here as he was explaining this. I have Dr. Nestadi Singh's voice here as he was also explaining this. So that's it. Nyakpo News Portal Bubu. I was thinking if I could just play Dr. Baumia's message while he was explaining gold instead of dollars to purchase this. So I think it's just a short explanation. Let's listen to it. So when we return, then we open the phone lines. We are live on YouTube, Sandcitytv. Go there, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can leave a comment there as well. So get a YouTube, go phone and click on the YouTube icon, and you'll see us live there. So,
but then we have a story. It says it happened in Abroni. Okay, so a farmer, 25, and girlfriend murdered by unidentified assailants.
Okay.
That is happening. Agbedelade ika hopebla evevaton. Okpaklepa hiafi odo pagbeda. Manya do vado pagbeda.
But why?
But why? That is the question.
Yeah, look at the
clicker one.
Yes, the clicker one just behind us. Yes. Anyway, there are a few human trafficking issues too here and there. Nyajojo Livia, insurance via fishing community around the Volta Lake, Devia, Northern Region School. Apart from that, there are some ladies that are being sold into prostitution. We'll look at some of these things, and then there is a police officer that has been interdicted. But the problem North.
Yes,
circuit court. So like we joy 14 years via Navaji, and when it happened, via that Dahamok played a cordial. You see, sometimes when these things happen, there was another one that happened somewhere else. Javagba Naklodevia Yikoji. Do you know why? Maybe I'm at a review. In a play Yikogia Maga, but what tested whether there was a forceful penetration, the deku. I hope police report to Kabonwa. Sometimes the doctors have medicines that can kill the semen.
Yeah.
Should in case maybe Inchua release the young one. They have medicines that can kill the semen. And there is the way what would test the whole sexually transmitted disease. And at that early stage, there may be medicines that they can use to flush the system.
Yeah, it's true.
For shame, in a way to conavia, to repair the vaginal tear. It's some way. So let's listen to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. These are social stories that we'll be looking at. Me to talk about it.
IMF, however, we have to look for fundamental solutions to some of our problems. As our foreign exchange reserves have declined, the depreciation of the cedi, as I have noted, has accelerated. A major source of cedi depreciation has been the demand for foreign exchange to finance the import of oil products. In fact, our import of oil products is around $3 billion annually. Persistent cedi depreciation increases the cost of living with higher prices for fuel, transportation, utilities, food, and so on. Many governments, including ours, are facing a very difficult economic crisis that requires solutions that must come out of the box. How do we stop the depreciation? How do we stop the persistent increases in the prices of fuel and utility? We have been thinking about this long and hard. When you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge that we face is a limited access to foreign exchange, as our foreign exchange reserves have depleted and the demand has not fallen, but the demand has been relatively steady for that lower foreign exchange reserves. And so the demand exceeds the supply, and then you have depreciation. So the thinking that we said, okay, how do we get in more foreign exchange reserves for the country to be able to stem this gap between the demand and the supply? One of the things that occurred to us and to me was, why aren't we able to accumulate reserves in terms of gold? We have focused on accumulating reserves over the years in terms of US dollars and other currencies. But gold is a foreign exchange reserve. And the unique feature of gold is that we are endowed with gold. We produce gold in Ghana, which means you don't have to export gold to earn that foreign exchange. You have to export cocoa, you have to export timber and other goods, foods and so on, to earn the foreign exchange. With gold, immediately you dig it up, it is foreign exchange. Yeah, so you are essentially digging up foreign exchange. So I said, let me check how much gold we have accumulated in Ghana thus far. And when you look at the data between independence and 2021, we had accumulated just 8 tons of gold. 8 tons. We are one of the largest gold-producing countries in the world. But we had accumulated 8 tons. When I looked at the United States, they have over 8,000 tons. The IMF, many other countries in Europe are dealing with gold reserves of over 2,000 tons. And we have 8 tons of gold. We proceeded to say the Bank of Ghana, we suggested to the central bank to begin a gold purchase program, systematically to build up our reserves in gold. And the gold program started last year, and it is proceeding quite well. But to address this fundamental challenge that we all face of the persistent depreciation and its impact on fuel, in utility prices, food, and so on, government has opted to implement a policy of using our gold to buy oil products. That is something new, and it is the barter of sustainably mined gold for oil. And this is one of the most important economic policy changes in Ghana since independence. If we implement it as we have envisioned, it will fundamentally change our balance of payments and significantly reduce the persistent depreciation of our currency with its associated increases in fuel, electricity, water, transport, and food prices.
Right, so we'll play the full explanation later on the program. But then what he spoke about, the gold for oil. We have a better understanding of what this means. He mentioned demand and supply.
Yeah.
Mia akpo $3 billion per annum. Achofle amila gbata. Manya mi oda kakwe hiana dollar.
Yes, sir.
So the demand for the dollar Now, when we stop using the physical cash to buy the oil, it means Ghana's demand for the dollar, which is the $3 billion to buy oil, that one alone will be cut. You understand? Doko Sokole, 1 cedi last year, and about 10 of us want that 1 cedi. Ni blogana lenyaba na 1 cedi makoko jimiela kamiko 10 cedi vemia bahwe. Hello, let me use another currency. Miko 1,000 sifa vemia bahwe 1 cedi. That is what it means. Akana nyaba maybe miyama sheke. Mia global shikala miyashi ka miyako shikano. And the equivalence of that shika is also 1 cedi. And it's left with only one person who has the 1,000 sifa. You follow what I'm saying? So you need gold, not the physical cash. Though no physical cash, when you change it, you have more money. But you also need gold for other operations. Gold is what you need. Maybe the money you want it, but the gold is what you need. So you take one person's gold, which is equivalent to the 1 cedi, and give the 1 cedi to the person. So the demand for that your 1 cedi has been reduced with the liquid gold that we are using to take your money from you. So in essence, it's going to reduce the demand for dollar. Ghana, we have about 8 tons of gold. America, but they have thousands of tons of gold because it's a store of value. At a later date, you can sell it and make money. So it's a store of value. So you'd realize some months ago, the government of Ghana collaborated with the Bank of Ghana and instructed that they should start purchasing gold from gold mines. So the Bank of Ghana has started that, and like the Vice President indicated, it's picking up well, which means we are storing up our gold reserve. To have more gold in our store. So since gold is also a store of value, in essence, we may be doing barter trade, but then since we are not using physical cash to exchange for physical cash, it's going to reduce the demand for dollar. There are several exchange rate systems that countries operate. There is an exchange rate system that is affected by demand and supply. That one, government has no control over it. And lots of people, especially Ghanaians, has stopped once to ask what kind of exchange rate system are we practicing in Ghana. The exchange rate system, what control does government have over it? Does government have much control over it or not? So this is what we should be looking at. Is this solely the doing of government? Because but demand and supply plays a lot of role. Population 10 years ago, 20 years ago, population I was in the market and I met a white lady from Germany. How is your country? Things are hard everywhere. And things are even harder in Germany than in Ghana here. Per her experience over Ghana so far. Then old man Arava and he was like, yeah, Magala politics in Yarakama Fiolo. Neji Jim register Bakpa. Yeah, Mofobo Baraka Chogana Pati Yarako. Aleka Yopa Hamano. Which means our population has grown. But Emia Jimrajia, Dopa Yoka Liao Jimrajia, how many people are still farming? So,
we were 20 million some
time ago.
Yes, so now we are 31 million.
So, in a sense, Miapa Bossoa. Over fewer good so chasing the pressure vala the opoji pressure vala gbldanyi gbanji pressure vala nushianuji so you can imagine. And one thing you can look at refuse dump you would see what government spends in managing those refuse dumps is a lot of money compared to years ago when things were just controllable. So you know, China, they had a population control measure. Fifia, I don't know if you've heard lately, your population are reducing. So the Chinese government is coming up with another incentive, but you know, initially it was
yes.
So the country has now accepted so most families have only one child over there. Now it's going to take government a toll to convince them that you can have 2 or 3. So when you have 2 or 3, we'll pay you this, because they realize they need human resource. They need labor. And Chinese, they want to use their own people to do their own work, so that when they pay their own people, the money remains in the country. Unlike other countries where human resource is imported, they pay them and then they take those monies out of the country. So that is what is happening in China now. They want to increase your population. But Ghana, make part of Morocco, and there are a lot of management strategies. When you look at their number of ministers, China, technology-wise, you don't need a lot of people to do the work.
Okay.
Technology can do it. One person can sit in an office and be monitoring a lot of things. All the hotel here, they are all supposed to be registered. Now in China here, you're supposed to book a hotel. When you get to the airport, they have to confirm whether you have a reservation in that hotel or not. When you are in another country and you tell America attendant at the airport, but you have a reservation in Ghana, are they able to confirm from all the hotels? No, because all of them are not necessarily recognized. Some are not even recognized by the Ghana Tourism Authority. So these are some of the problems. The time is fast spent. I think we should open the phone lines for our people to contribute.
Exactly.
Yes, so 0503118225 and 0544930007. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Peter.
Yes, the mayor. Okay.
Honorable Speaker. The Vice President, the Koshita, Miano for him, no. And yes, sir. Kaka, Ghana Milano, a Caradiba, Yanya Goma Jagger, Roma Bako, we have a fake go talk with a Votamo.
Right, Akpa, General Bamia Goma Jagger Fiafa Roma Bako Mia Saba and Moga Trobubo. Anyway, well, it's a suggestion, not a suggestion. I'm a Carajibay more global you than Blachonu over and over. Afi Academa. So let's hear you. Badobana Topi Tengo Jokotoglia Dalia. So, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Yes.
Eric Makosara Kaji. America, the number Dr. Bagumia introduced barter system.
No, I'm just system. I'm just equivalent to Rokomokwe or something, but it's something like that, similar, not a barter system.
Where Dr. Muhammad Bagumia introduced, I have foresight to like pressure the CD idea reduce is a great innovation. Dakamajiva Magbolo Mr. Patrick Echomono, Landi Saitara, Bututunga, Kata, Yani Manyamba, Landi Saitu, but that's the problem. Mayra Abo, Project Na Alaba, Nia, announcing, Project Apple, Nebajan.
Makosa Maroto Radio Bashiago. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Patrick,
yeah.
Sister Benicia,
okay, Sister
Benicia. Honorable Makafi Wanya, Ujo Adrani, and Jerome Apoto, Mama Lavet Madu Banundia. Nyata Fonya. Oh, telling you to your poor Kamasia, and Yaba Washi G. You couldn't blum to my shaman for Jikin Fujo. No, never Vice President Napunia, Shiba Dana to population never yet a subo. You Yamako Chicago Rania, Yama Permanent for a conyo. No Mauri Bashikal and Yeshula Ganako. You couldn't Yako Rani and Yakoni, Nagana to Comanabo boy. Then Yano Bay. That's Sunyaro, Dora, Yamako, but I never to see Dora, Madaji, Kashikabo Furolao, drive our own house, Jaja, Makarajiba, Abo Bogaji. No, Nikatanya Quad Bano, Boboyam, but over Akper.
Right, Akper, good morning. Hello?
Patrick, Ramado.
Afogbaze Wezo.
Bafina woman say. I could tell them here. Yeah, party like a Nilagia.
Yelaji.
I put you Jeresia Queen. You were to Bana, Unyasala over Viao, Bazea, Matu Bana, Makafi Onya, some fish of Colomado Banundia. But it's near something that the Bonichoy of Catala Mamla Asia.
Yes, the district assembly's league table. Makwe.
Okay. Alabanyamano never ready Bubaroji, never in the Toro, which is Puru for Mana, or Yamano Gamagaba, you children are now corner. You have photo to you, Kata Darina you. Had the Bochora carry a pair.
The district assembly's performance.
The Nimanilla.
Okatala buying.
Yo. Big Wajimana on Yabari. The Gantoma do Ragbroma, or about 5 time, Emma. About 2021. The honorable Yamabare, Yakayu of Ataru Kudeta Gina Atua.
About October 2021.
Asiaba October. After Asiaco June and Nemo, Wafi Madogo. Calculation in what eh?
Mopongana.
Amakonawe. Ligano to ya blamu. Aflatina Maraban Muhade. No man won't cook coffee. Only your mother dwell while Catasia, Yamobi for Poma. And your mother, tomorrow must take your own money, the Madame Radiaji. Then I know Mujo Cato. Mawani. Mawane, you to me party mola. Mawana no. In your moment to do when you have a Lodilla and the Womla. Honorable Master, one of them, cut down to Ella, not Katashimafia, upon Baton Yarola Shama. Imama Kosa Agro. Ladies are Smogat at Doding. You only went them at Trianti. Take a look at the Okatafia, all the discipline. Now we call you, Nanamolema. Ta Prishala Oji, Alabo Donani. Ni atola sembe wale mo tonani moto bona selma no kata obo wala wa mo baba jamnani ko maro ko mo dibe ofemu akawo ko jogara kato no wo dola sila simare nanya atuyana so ngo kata na so kata alla kata la cha ogato na ma iko bonela ona ma yama madu banunjia baba jam yama ga pucha botano ka agua na fofolo nwo kana ma itina gbo okobila na amamale kuna na manya nyewa itina gbo nyemoja siako baba okobila bena masa nya kochi Dachimu o kwera
na glonya ro kona ba shine da hatuma na manalo
kala ba
sana vivila lama
do kajine ndia
o we jara kajina be kama wega anyway good morning
my money.
Yes, my
Malavete, Aponya Pachi, good morning.
Good morning, to.
Actually, Gazina and you be Amadono Fino. Oh, now you no smack Ojina and you could know her.
Oh, but if I invitation, Manamola, India.
Can I jagba never woo had them? Okay. So, Bila nothing of Comojini. My junior hanging ham of Avaga.
Okay.
Punya Pachi, playing at the woman, Mopocha, Botana, me up honorable. Emmanuel Gamagala Nidia. You put the Yokanao move like a Lenyata from a gadajum. Manya na alumna, if you have a new chicona ovo. Kaka nuga the way Nijilla, Katangu, Maike, Ma Jotu, Eva Tajo, you will be Betty Chizimava. Pakaikina Maga, Polani, Jaruma, Seleni, Diabeji, Punamale de Ketang Tuma, Elegba, Ewunukunam, Lenyata Fema, Nido Iwomule, Happy Malelema, Evaketa, Medekukuni, Nei Eji, Menyaba Mauso Jantoa, Afochia Botani, Agadung Sevafo, Suba Waide Mugogba, Punya Patrick Kenya Katakimani, Sister Benny Saglo, Madu Benilenia, Shika Lemia, Shitanemi as a never shika. Akoko ami apobre melio ekwe awe ba agbana ti ngo bobo na mi jumezie omi anu a agbana bobo na mi aminyo na bobo na mi drive o ma gano professor mo mi fudolo hun fofo keka na ba su ba se na mi wa jidu don to na kpume na nye yakwe wo wa fi wa nyo kafa nyomi da shire jibe na wo na nako na nya fa mi nyawa na bobo madogbe no ni ji ya ajiji maga popo no kaka na nyo na o bye bye.
Right, akpe sister Lovett, no, Mama Lovett. Akpeba na gara mandia mahono bi susiada ndia toma agbara ka nyata kaka odogbo nyaba kata nuto majiri takwa ugbo ga no nyira 2023 budget ka umata approve one. Good morning.
Patrick, good morning.
Yes.
Agbenwoke.
Oh.
Anya kata ma fonye kofi gbazeblo. Ogba anya so gbomo onyo kaka ajoji na mi be kata be ntoma awanda honorable Emmanuel Gemaga. Iku jururu this time be kata le ngogba. Ajo ma shama na hwese. Ala be honorable Emmanuel Gemaga na mi nya be ya neva the team that beyond the box. Iba do na kata asiam na ma. Sire sharola mo pochia botani. Iba ga kuze mo pokwa be maglo na kata ntomo to kata mbere. Nyanya kumono wo goma do mi ko gbododora. Ngoma sasani to e ko do magana honorable Emmanuel Gemaga ti semba mi ajini la chuma na odi rego mi ko la bu bana ma u ba nga yo ga do ni mo after fire sharola ba un tono tuchi ni e don e good morning Sandcity.
Right, good morning to you too. Kakali agba kata assembly mi mo kwamba Ogubonyano, you know, last week Ujabo approved 2023 per Garodo yo wada katanu to majiru takwa hanugaka hama hida cover over domoda egbara kamie mokoma wagubonyano alankuda budget yanu alaba wa adashidaji. So at the end of the day me probably kinka kanuge.
Yes, it's true. It's true. It's very important but IEG. And then aside that Patrick abolofang of him more when you do toma.
Yes.
Assembly last week Eblonyado Honorable Avaji Simon Eblonyado but Nika Yova and Nanyik Bulabadu and Nyaba a monya wela is for a more the chandelier to Koyama is for government. Aka Ajaba Jidudu Havanado to Dumavia. And when you be Dumavia or Blomber, a moha Yejikole, Honorable Simon Bay Makoji ba Kakaka Yechi Vadu Assemblyman, a moha Hajiko non Agbashamba. He can have had enough na yo. A one have a do ever
Mama Kayla.
Okay. Now, Patrick.
So Oka Hamdala Moji.
Oga bom moka kan vale no matata ole nyashi ka pobe ugara maru pagblema. Ninya ba mo ka
unto panyigba oji
unto panyigba oji ala ba mara no ka je ba mara ka tan chofia Patrick abai cho agbara dere moji
na yashima ha moro shira mododoji fa. So in a way ba miya sanu ya banya amodo do rashara liya jijima la shi la kakama kula jijima.
Exactly.
So afika hamola de is it part of the road more park paro nya
no anya ba wa ha mo macra but we are talking about food crops.
Oh yes, a lot of gamma upon me they could have allowed the bliao bawachi or dagbla akaba bia da ka hanya ba onagra de la onya dongwe
assemblyman antokra be yova mohama amoye yon o ni alejo jonlo ye manya na ka kuda mo pa ha anchio o mo glo nyare kana yo kuda mo pa ha anchio.
Anyway aka fio dagbla do na enya ba emoji onya fia ka jaba na no jani tena to ka ko sokla na ire ashia roma na jirurua alo task force tonlo o klanga donga bo yo bana mianya ga.
That is even I make a craft ya kumyele I make Henry kwati na ba no amayoka structure so la water way so pletology club washa he anamonya
na onya alaba ajibe ya na onya
exactly
manye kokokobo na nama na
no ga in a sense it's okay na wana ma dumavi onya afuma ojole ma afuma ojile afuma ochiro afuma agledan la afuma ongudumle asagoma
eleke mo kake
and now me go blonfia be nka yova amoha dumavi obo yomaga hiana moha how every now and then You are more than 30 years
so
now.
Amoko Hagola this time around Kovalo.
That is the.
So
that's
we
the
need
question.
to
So I was speaking with the assembly member. Because assembly member, you know me Abafi and Joe, I know Blomber. You must say a assembly member. You must say Dufianto Crown let Mama, must say put the more high and you.
Well,
Patrick,
fike contract ya. Is it from that?
And the engineer Afia put them on here. Like excuses are na mobile.
All right. So mia hapo ganya jojo mamia kwa bala kido vya kwa bajala. Gama demia garanzia pala masafa fanya jojo mia sagbeda shi acho magbeda ugba na mitrogba mia agade manami.
Yeah.